All right, everyone, we are back and we are doing the final Academy Award predictions. The awards are happening, I think, the day before I drop this video. I'm recording this a bit in advance, but I'm going to run through all of the categories and pick who I think is going to win. Make my predictions. I got no money on this. I like predicting shit. So we're going to go ahead and head over. On the left side, we can see we have all the nominations, and then on the right, we're going to do my predictions. So I'm actually going to end with picture because I'm going to have a lot to talk about and before we actually get to picture. So we're going to go up to, all right, for international film. This one, I actually do have an opinion on. I have seen 3 of the 5 nominees. The only ones I have not seen are Girl with the Needle, which I may watch. I probably will have time to watch it before the actual ceremony, and also The Seed of the Sacred Fig I have not seen. But Flo, Emilia Perez, and I'm Still Here I have seen. And now we have a situation. Hey, look, my cat is behind me. We do have a situation where I have a front runner in my mind, one that I want to win, and then I have who I think is going to win. Given the Emilia Perez of it all, and the way that sort of campaign has kind of gone underwater, I don't think Emilia Perez has much of a shot anymore. And we could sort of see that reflected here. I'm Still Here might be the front runner. So I think that I'm Still Here is going to win. But if I'm being honest, I really want Flo to win. Flo kind of crept in to be maybe my favorite film of 2024. So I'm going to put Flo as my second pick, Emilia Perez, and then Seed of the Sacred Fig and Girl with the Needle. After seeing I'm Still Here is easily one of the best films of the year, so I'm glad that it got a nomination for Best Picture. But personally, Flo is just like absolutely masterful, and I loved every second of it. All right, animated feature. Much like international feature, we have a situation where there's the film I want to win, and then there's the film that I think will win. But I'm going to go with my heart on this one and not my brain. And I'm going to say Flo is going to win. I think Flo is going to, I think more and more people are talking about it now. Wild Robot came out a while ago, so that has the added benefit of time on its side. More people have probably seen it, but Flo is now available for more voters to watch it and connect with it. And I think Flo might have a chance to sneak in there. So I'm going to go Flo, Wild Robot in the second place, Inside Out 2, and then Memoir of a Snail and Wallace and Gromit rounding out the list. I'm really, really rooting for Flo. Again, if you have not seen it, I made a whole video about it, so go check that out and then go watch Flo. Okay, best visual effects. This one's tough. I mean, Dune 2 is probably not going to get any above the line love, so I think that putting it at number 1 here is smart. I really love the effects in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I think they're incredible. I think all of those Planet of the Apes movies are incredible, but this one in particular, it really, really stuck out to me. I hate the visual effects in Wicked, so I'm not gonna do that. I haven't seen Better Man, but from the trailers, it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna go Alien Romulus, Better Man, and then Wicked. I don't mean to be like a total Wicked hater. I liked it, well enough. I don't really want to see it win this category. All right, best sound. So this is a tricky one. I think I want to go Dune 2. I forget if Dune Part 1 won this category. Let me do a quick Google. Let's see what it won. All right, so looking here, it was a winner for best sound. It was a winner for visual effects. It was a winner for production design, winner for music for Hans Zimmer. It won for film editing and is nominated for, right? It also won achievement in cinematography. So, the first one did win quite a bit. And I'm wondering if they'll sort of just repeat that, because there's an argument to be made that some of the sound is just recycled from the first movie. That's a tough one. I don't know. I'm gonna put it at number 2 then. I'm gonna go with a complete unknown. Then I'm gonna go with Dune Part 2 at number 2, and then The Wild Robot. I'm kind of going with my heart here, and then I'm gonna go Wicked and Emilia Perez. I don't mean to entirely imply that the Emilia Perez campaign is dead in the water, but I do think that what has been going on, at least the last few weeks since the time of recording this video, has not been helpful for it. That being said, I think Emilia Perez El Mal is still the front runner for best song. I'm going to put that in here. I didn't even know that Sing Sing had an original song. I'm going to put that at number 2. That would be the one I would want to win, just because I want Sing Sing to win as many awards as possible. It was my favorite film of 2024, if you saw that video. And then I guess I'm going to do Mi Camino. Everyone loves Elton John, so I'm going to do Never Too Late. And then 6888, which I haven't heard anyone talk about, or if I have, it wasn't very positively. All right, best score. This one I also have personal feelings for. So my personal feelings, and the one I think deserves it out of these nominees, is The Brutalist. I think The Brutalist totally deserves this. I love that score. I love a score that you can immediately bring into your mind. And this one has such a recognizable score. I think in the years to come, people will hear it and be like, oh, that's the score for The Brutalist. I could not tell you what the score for Conclave sounds like. So I'm going to go kind of just down the line here. But I think The Brutalist is going to get it. I know it. All right, best achievement in production design. And for this one, I'm going to go Nosferatu. No, I'm not. I'm not going to go Nosferatu. I don't actually think that's going to win, but I think I would like it to win. Of all of these, God, it's probably going to go Wicked. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to put Wicked up here. I'm going to put Nosferatu at number 2, just because I think the production design is great in that. And then I'm going to go Dune Part 2, Brutalist, Conclave. Okay, makeup and hairstyling. I think that if they were to award the substance anything, I do think it's going to miss out on quite a few of its other nominations. I do think it's going to get. I think it's going to get in here. I think they'll give the substance best makeup. I would go A Different Man. Personally, I enjoy A Different Man as a movie more than I enjoy the substance. But there is, I would say, more makeup and hairstyling in the substance than there is in A Different Man. And I think maybe in terms of voting body and in terms of people making those decisions on who to vote for, they're going to go with the more is more sort of idea. All right, film editing. So I think we're going to go Anora. I'm going to touch on Anora in a little bit as we get to the other like directing category and best picture category, because there's a little bit of a wrench thrown into the awards season a little bit here. I'm going to go Anora because I do think the editing is really good in it, but also part of me wants to say The Brutalist. All right, I'm going to go to The Brutalist. The Brutalist is going to be my top choice. And then Anora at number 2. And then Conclave. And then Emilia Perez and Wicked. It's such a weird lineup. I feel like there are way better edited movies than half of the movies on this list. But you know what? Nominations are already out and whatever. Okay, costume design. This one, I guess I can give to Wicked. Yeah, I guess I'll give it to Wicked. The costumes are pretty great in this. And honestly, just going right back down the line, Nosferatu, I think, is a strong runner-up. Conclave, Gladiator 2, A Complete Unknown, I don't know. Frankly, I feel like a better film or a better costume-designed film could have gone in that 5th slot, but whatever. Yeah, Wicked, I think, has a strong shot at this one. We are getting into the more contentious categories here. I am just going to vote with my heart on this one, but also a little bit of my brain and say The Brutalist is going to win this. I think the VistaVision of it all is enough of a push for people to respect and admire the cinematography. Dune Part 1 already won a cinematography award, so I don't think they're going to give it to Dune Part 2. Nosferatu, Jaron Blaschke, the cinematographer of Nosferatu and of the other Robert Eggers movies, he has been recognized in the past, at least nominated. I'm actually not sure if he won for The Lighthouse. Maybe he did. But there is a lot of love there. Jaron Blaschke is sort of recognized by the Academy in some way. So I do think that it could be a strong runner-up. I'm going to put Dune Part 2. I do not know why Emilia Perez is in here. I don't think this movie looks particularly spectacular. I haven't seen Maria, but I'm going to put Maria at number 4 and then Emilia Perez at number 5. All right, best original screenplay. This is a tough one because I think if you had asked me a few months ago, I would have said A Real Pain was a lock, but now I'm not even really sure that it is because people really love the screenplay of this movie, but also Anora has kind of been creeping up there in terms of favorability, especially with regard to the DGA and the PGA awards. So I think I'm going to put Anora in there. Yeah, given the love for Honora at the Producers Guild and the Directors Guild, I really kind of think Honora is creeping up to be maybe a front runner. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put A Real Pain at number 2. And then The Brutalist, The Substance at September 5. I think September 5 is just happy to be here, although I really loved that movie and I do think more people should see it. Okay, adapted screenplay. I'm going to vote with my heart here. Oh, but this one's tough because I really think that adapting the book of Nickel Boys was done pretty impeccably well, at least in like a unique and creative way. And I think that even at the DGA, they did recognize Ramel Ross for his achievement here. I'm going to go Sing Sing just because I want to see it win as many awards as it possibly can. And I think this is the last award that it's even nominated for. I'm going to go Nickel Boys at number 2. But if I'm being completely honest, I think that Conclave has a real shot here. I mean, it is sort of a bit of a flashy adaptation of a novel. And then I'm going to go A Complete Unknown and Emilia Perez. It's so fascinating to me that I keep putting Emilia Perez in the 5th slot. And it has the most nominations of any film this year. It's got 13 nominations, which is insane to so many people. And I'm saying that as someone who actually kind of likes that movie, but it is, I think, maybe barring Wicked, it is like one of my least favorite films in the Best Picture nominations. So yeah, I'm going to kind of continue putting it in last place in a lot of these categories. All right, so Best Supporting Actor, by all accounts, it's going to go to Kieran Culkin. I mean, he's been winning all of the precursor awards. I think I would prefer for it to go to Guy Pearce, maybe as a bit of a legacy award, but also because I just prefer that performance. And Kieran Culkin is kind of just playing himself. Not only is he playing himself, but he's sort of just playing his character from Succession. So, yeah, whatever. He's most likely going to win, and we're all going to be happy about it. But yeah, the rest of this seems to line up pretty much here. Guy Pearce, Edward Norton, Yura Borisov, and Jeremy Strong. Supporting actress, I think that this is kind of going to play out the way it's been playing out all awards season. Even though Emilia Perez is kind of having all of these different problems with his campaign lately, I do think Zoe Saldana is sort of the prevailing nominee here that I think will make it all the way to awards night. I saw some people being like, oh, maybe it's going to go to Ariana Grande now. Maybe now that Emilia Perez's reputation has been tarnished a little bit, Zoe Saldana is falling out of the ranks. I don't think that that's the case. I do think of these 5, I think she gives the best performance of these 5. So that's also kind of why I'm keeping her in here. I'm also going to do something and put at number 2, Felicity Jones, which is probably a dumb decision. I think that in terms of favorites, Ariana Grande is the easy runner-up, but I kind of prefer Felicity Jones's performance over Ariana Grande. I also just like The Brutalist more than I like Wicked. If we're talking about like the voting body and who the voters are actually going to go with, there's been a lot of talk about people like not getting around to The Brutalist, or if they do, they don't watch the second half of The Brutalist where Felicity Jones is featured pretty heavily. So Ariana Grande being number 2 is probably the smart decision, but I'm going to go with my heart here and say Felicity Jones at number 2, Monica Barbaro, and then Isabella Rossellini, which if you watch the channel, you know, I just think that this is too much of a legacy nomination. I don't think this is a particularly good performance, or even like she's just hardly in the movie. I don't know. I just personally don't think she should have been nominated. I love Isabella Rossellini, but there are several other people I think I would have put in place of her nomination. Okay. And here, what can I say? Really, I'm gonna vote Adrian Brody. He's my guy. The Brutalist is my movie. And there is a strong chance that Timothée Chalamet pulls an upset, but frankly, he hasn't been winning any of the awards this whole awards race, this whole campaign. So I'm going to go Adrian Brody. He really has just been dominating it. And frankly, maybe outside of Coleman Domingo and Sing Sing, who I'm going to put at number 3 here, like Adrian Brody, I think gives the best performance. I think it's hard for me to pick between Adrian Brody and Coleman Domingo. I think they're both incredible. I think all 5 of these nominations are incredible, but I'm going to go Adrian Brody just based on precursors alone. And then I'm going to go Ralph Fiennes and Sebastian Stan at 4 and 5. Okay, this one is very tricky because Demi Moore has been winning quite a bit of awards, but also we saw Fernanda Torres win also at the Golden Globe. So it's kind of between these two, but lately the love that Honora got at the DGAs and PGA Awards could indicate that Mikey Madison is more on people's radar right now. So this one's really hard. I do think that Demi Moore has the added benefit of being around longer. So I'm going to keep her at number 1, Fernanda Torres at number 2, Mikey Madison number 3, Cynthia Erivo, and then Carla Sofia Gascon. This seems pretty solid, but honestly, between these top 3, it's kind of anyone's game at this point. I got to be honest. Fernanda Torres gives a powerhouse of a performance in I'm Still Here, and Mikey Madison's great in Honora, and given the love of the PGAs and DGAs, it's possible that she sneaks in there. But I kind of don't see it. I'm going to go Demi Moore. I think she's had a hell of a run. It's a hell of a performance in a very bold movie, and I think people are going to recognize it. But also Fernanda Torres. God, like Fernanda Torres is just like eyeballing me right now. Like, are you sure about that, Josh? And I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to stick with it for now. All right, Best Director. Here is where everything kind of gets crazy for me in predicting this, because Sean Baker did just win back-to-back awards at the Directors Guild and the Producers Guild. Up until now, I was confident it was Brady Corbet as my top choice. And now I'm not sure. To be completely honest with you, I love The Brutalist, but Sean Baker has been my guy for years now. The Florida Project, I thought, was robbed of every single award that year that it came out. And I love Red Rocket. He's really someone who I think has just been kind of ignored by the Academy for years now. I'm going to put him as my top choice. What I think could happen here is that Sean Baker could win director, and then we're going to get to picture in a second, but I think The Brutalist could get Best Picture. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say Sean Baker as number 1. Oh, I got a cat on my lap right now. And then I'm going to go James Mangold, just because I think there is a lot of industry love for A Complete Unknown. And then I'm going to go Corley Farge and Jacques Audiard. Jacques Audiard definitely fell out of favor with a lot of people regarding his comments on the Spanish language. So I think it's safe to say that he's at number 5 right now. This one makes me nervous, though. I really don't know. I don't know. And here we are, the big award of the evening. I kind of just alluded to it in the director category, but I'm going to go The Brutalist at number 1. I think that if they're going to give Honora Best Director, they're going to go The Brutalist. I really think that the impact of The Brutalist over the last few months has been pretty strong, and people are like hearing, it's like making money at the box office. People are going out to see it. People are interested in it. So given that, I think that people are going to actually recognize it. The voters are actually going to recognize it. I'm going to go Honora at number 2. In regard to like 3 through 10, it's kind of, I'm going to go A Complete Unknown at number 3. I'm actually going to go I'm Still Here at number 4, just because I could see the love. I could see the love piling up for that movie over time, especially now that it's been released in theaters and more people are seeing it. I'm Still Here at number 4, Conclave number 5. And then I think maybe we're going to go like Dune 2, The Substance, or actually, hold on. I got to throw Wicked somewhere in there because that movie is pretty beloved. I'm going to put Wicked above Conclave, maybe even above I'm Still Here. Anyway, this kind of part of it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to go Amelia Perez and then Nickel Boys. I think Nickel Boys is really respected by a lot of Academy voters, but maybe not anywhere near a front runner in this race. I really do kind of think this is what it looks like. But The Brutalist, I don't know. Amelia Perez is also probably, if we're being honest, up, given how much love Amelia Perez had in its nominations in general. I mean, 13 nominations is nothing to ignore. 13 nominations, so maybe it is higher up than I think it is. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll just put Amelia Perez up here below A Complete Unknown, because I think there is a lot of industry love for A Complete Unknown and Timothée Chalamet. I mean, his awards run has been pretty remarkable. Yeah, I think that's the list right there. I don't know. As with all of these things, you really don't know, especially when it comes to winners, especially in a year like this when there are so many contenders that are like really feel like legitimate contenders and really feel like they could win it. I mean, if we go back to Best Actress, I mean, this is a tough category. This is really, really tough. I can't say for certain that Demi Moore has it locked because I don't know. Fernando Torres and Mikey Madison could swoop in there at any second. Even Best Director or Best Actor, Adrian Brody, Timothy Chalamet. I mean, this is a really great and strong category. That's it. Those are my locks. I'm locking them in. I'm gonna release this video the day before the Oscars. And look, hopefully I'm right. I'll probably do a little bit of a reaction video the day after the Oscars. And yeah, let me know what your predictions are. Let me know what you think I'm getting right or wrong down in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified when new videos come out on the channel. And I will see you all next time.